The machine said the man should eat tangerines. It listed 2 other recommendations as well, so 3 in total. A modest number, Pearl assured the man as she read out the list that had appeared on the screen before her. 1, he should eat tangerines on a regular basis. 2, he should work at a desk that received morning light. 3, he should amputate the uppermost section of his right index finger. The man, in his early 30s by Pearl's guess, and pinkish around the eyes and nose in the way of white rabbits or rats, lifted his right hand before his face with wonder. Up came his left, too, and he used its palm to press experimentally on the top of his right index finger, the finger in question. Is he going to cry? Pearl wondered. Sometimes people cried when they heard their recommendations. The conference room they'd put her in had glass walls open to the work pods on the other side. There was a switch on the wall to fog the glass, though. Pearl could flick it if the man started to cry. I know that last one seems a bit out of left field, she said. Right field, you mean? The man, Pearl glanced at her list for his name, one Melvin Waxler, joked, his lips drawing up to reveal overlong front teeth. Rabbitier still. Get it? He waved his hand. Right hand, right field. Pearl smiled obligingly, but Mr. Waxler had eyes only for his finger. He pressed its tip once more. A modest recommendation, Pearl said, compared to some others I've seen. Oh, sure, I know that, Waxler said. My downstairs neighbor sat for your machine once. It told him to cease all contact with his brother. He pressed on the finger again. He and his brother didn't argue or anything. Had a good relationship, actually, or so my neighbor said. Supportive. Brotherly. Pressed it. But he did it. Cut the guy off. Stopped talking to him. Full stop. Pressed it. And it worked. He says he's happier now. Says he didn't have a clue his brother was making him unhappy. His twin brother. Identical, even, if I'm remembering. Clenched the hand into a fist. But it turned out he was. Unhappy, that is. And the machine knew it, too. The recommendations can seem strange at first. Pearl began her spiel, memorized from the manual. But we must keep in mind the apricity machine uses a sophisticated metric, taking into account factors of which we're not consciously aware. The proof is borne out in the numbers. The apricity system boasts a nearly 100% approval rating, 99.97%. And the 0.3%? The index finger popped up from Waxler's fist. It just wouldn't stay down. Aberrations. Pearl allowed herself a glance at Mr. Waxler's fingertip, which appeared no different from the others on his hand, but was its own aberration, according to apricity. She imagined the fingertip popping off his hand like a cork from a bottle. When Pearl looked up again, she found that Waxler's gaze had shifted from his finger to her face. The two of them shared the small smile of strangers. You know what? Waxler bent and straightened his finger. I've never liked it much, this particular finger. It got slammed in a door when I was little, and ever since... His lip drew up, revealing his teeth again, almost a wince. It pains you? It doesn't hurt. It just feels like it doesn't belong. Pearl tapped a few commands into her screen and read what came back. The surgical procedure carries minimal risk of infection and 0 risk of mortality. Recovery time is negligible, a week, no more. And with a copy of your apricity report, there, I've just sent that to you, HR, and your listed physician. Your employer has agreed to cover all relevant costs. Waxler's lip slid back down. No reason not to, then. No reason. He thought a moment more. Pearl waited, careful to keep her expression neutral until he nodded the go-ahead. When he did, she tapped in the last command and with a small burst of satisfaction crossed his name off her list. Melvin Waxler. Done. I've also recommended that your work pod be reassigned to the eastern side of the building, she said. Near a window. Thank you. That'll be nice.